In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about the cosine rule. Let's now talk about the cosine rule. When do you use the cosine rule? Whenever you're given two sides and an included angle. If you remember from geometry, that's called side, angle, side, SAS. Or when given three sides, SSS. If that's the case, then you can use the rule. Notice, if we're using this rule, we say a squared, that's this side a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. Let's take a look at the third one. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. I remember that one here. This is the one I remember. And the pattern is this side squared is equal to this squared plus this squared minus 2 this cosine this. Notice it's this cosine this. Here's a great example of using both the cosine rule and the sine rule to solve a triangle. Solve this triangle means find every angle and every side. If we're given side, angle, side, we can use the cosine rule. I labeled the diagram like this to make it easy. I know that the cosine rule is c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. The rest is just plugging and chugging. I'm looking for side C, and I have side A and side B and angle C. So I plug in 6 for A, 10.5 for B, 6 for A, 10.5 for B, and the angle of C is 69 degrees right here. And once I get that, I can calculate this number and then take the square root of both sides, and that will give me C is equal to about, to 3 sig figs, 10.1 meters. Now that we found that side C is 10.1 meters, we can then go after these two angles in order to solve the triangle. Well, I use c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c, the cosine rule. Remember, we use that when we have side, angle, side, or side, side, side. And now to find these angles, I can use my sine rule, which is a over sine a equals b over sine b equals c over sine c. Well, I took c, which is 10.1, over sine c, which is sine 69, equals 10.5 over the opposite side is to b is angle b. So 10.5 over sine b. In order to solve for this b, which is what we want, our angle, I cross multiply 10.1 times sine b is equal to 10.5 times sine 69. Divide both sides by that. 10.1 gives us this expression. How do I solve for b? I want the angle measure. I have to take the arc sine, or the inverse sine of both sides. I take it to that side, I take it of this side. This whole thing gets an arc sine there, and when you punch this into your calculator in degree mode, you get 77 degrees. Well, if this is 77 degrees, then I know 180 minus 77 minus 69 gives me 34 degrees, and I have solved my triangle.